How do I practice for my English speaking?
Likewise, if we want to speaking, reading, writing, and listening. Hello everyone. Once again back, welcome to my channel. Today in this video, basically I am going to talk about how do I practice for my English speaking. Look, before that I just want to tell you that you all know that I have mentioned in my previous video that I am just a learner here. I am not a teacher or any mentor. I am on this platform so that I can learn how to speak English and I can be constantly in this journey learn how to speak English. I just don't want any kind of distraction or anything which can distract me in order to learn this language. I just want to learn how to speak English. That is why I started and I am recording this video. So today in this video I am basically going to talk about what are some things which I follow, which I do for my English speaking practice. So, as we all know that any skill which we want to learn, we have to be patient, we have to practice every single day, we have to be continuously in those journey every single day if we want to see result, if we want to see improvement, so we have to be in that journey continuously. Likewise, if we want to learn any language, I am not talking about only English, any language which we want to learn, it could be English, it could be Hindi, Marathi, any language which we want to learn, we have to go through 4 steps. And I am pretty much sure that some of you must have heard these 4 steps: speaking, reading, writing, and listening. These are the 4 steps which I follow. And look, I just want to tell you that you should not make the mistake which I have made. Earlier, when I started learning how to speak English, I was just so confused. I just didn't have any idea about it, and I was just not focusing in those 4 steps. I was only focusing in my reading and listening. I was not focusing speaking and writing. These are the 2 steps which I was not focusing. That is why when it comes to speak English, my speaking is not so good. But when I read or listen, I can understand people or I can read without facing any trouble. I am not saying that I do not face trouble, but I face very few troubles. I get it rightly and I don't face much trouble in those things. But when it comes to speaking, that's when I just get stuck. Words just does not come in my mind and I just feel stuck. I just feel like I just don't know it. And maybe because I have not practiced, I have not had any experience of speaking or practicing. But now for a couple of weeks I have started and I have been following these 4 steps in order to learn how to speak English. So first one is reading. So for reading practice, I basically bought a book which is Think Like a Monk, and if I talk something about the book, so the book name is Think Like a Monk, written by Jason. So this book is about spiritual meditation, calm, present, stillness, or which is something which is literally resonate to our day-to-day life. So that is, and I am literally curious person to knowing these all the things. So that's why I picked up this book and I started reading. And I have been reading this book for a couple of weeks. And still I am reading. I have not completed so far. And so I'm not telling you that you should buy this book. If you don't think if you are not interested to know these all the things, then I highly recommend you to do not buy this book. But try to ask yourself in which area or which field you are curious to know. It could be sports, it could be motivational, it could be spirituality, any field which you want, which you are curious to know or you want to work on. Just buy a book related to those fields, related to those areas, and practice it more and more every single day without skipping a day. You will, that's when you will see the result, you will improve a lot. So now second step which I do, which is writing. So every single day, whatever I listen, whatever I read, I just write it down. And the words which I am not familiar with, try to write it down or try to create some sentences by using those words. That's how I practice to remember some new vocabulary just for enhance my vocabulary. And I read, or if I don't find anything to write it, so what I do, I just write whatever works which I do in my day-to-day life, my daily routine. I am a student of college, so I write how my college life is going on, or how did my class go, about my friends life. These are some random topic which I pick up and try to write on that. And the third step which I follow, which is listening. So for listening practice, I just follow a channel which is Ranveer Aradia, and his channel name is actually Dear Basil. So I follow him and I watch his videos on YouTube. Whenever I get time and I feel like now I am alone and I am totally feel like to watch something, so I just go on YouTube, click on of his podcast and start watching. Every single day, at least one podcast I watch. Because I am the person who loves knowing about the people, especially the people who went through nothing to something, who had achieved something in their life. So I just, how did they get that? How did they achieve? What are some methods which they follow, which they advise for the young generation to follow? I just love knowing all the things, and I just enjoy it. So I just spend half and 1 hour while watching and while listening any podcast. And the last step, which is speaking. For my speaking practice, actually I have taken subscription on Clappingo, but it is not necessary if you can't afford. Even I am not able to afford because I am a student or I am not earning money. So even I have taken subscription on Clappingo just after taking some money from my parents. But I take only one session in a week. I know that which is not, one session is not enough for me if I literally want to learn this language. So what I do actually, I just practice. I just practice by myself. How do I practice? So I just find a place where I don't find anyone, and I just speak to myself, or sometimes I just speak in front of the camera. I just turn on the camera or pick up any random topic or speak in front of the camera. I record the video, and after practicing, after speaking about the topic, whatever information, knowledge, idea which I have accumulated, I just try to express it, try to speak it in front of the camera. I am just, and after speaking, I just review the camera, I just review the video and see myself where I am making mistake, where I need to work on, where I need to focus on, how can I practice that. So these are 4 steps which I follow in order to learn how to speak English. So I highly recommend you, if you want to learn how to speak English, so you must go through these all the step by step. You will definitely see the benefit of result after few months, couple of months. And so that's what I wanted to tell. I just want you to do not make the mistake which I had made in my past. As I mentioned that when I started learn how to speak English, my journey of speaking English, I was not aware about the whole topics, but I just jumped into it and started listening or reading more. And for my listening and reading, and because of that, I don't have any big issue when it comes to listen. When someone tells something to me, when I hear to someone, I just understand it. I just do not bear or do not feel any difficulty, any challenges to understand it. So, but I didn't, because of that, I didn't practice, I didn't focus into practice, so I just regretting about it. But now after that, I got to know that speaking parts is literally very important if we want to learn it or if we want to speak it. So that is why now I am practicing. So every single day I speak, I practice by myself. I speak I speak, I talk to myself. I try to speak in front of the camera. So that's how I practice. So today I just want to leave the video because I have to go to college and I am running out of the time. So thank you so much for watching this video. We will meet soon. Till then, take care and bye.